You won't believe who's here. How Did We Get Here series, part 2 or 3 or 4, depending on the sequence. Bonolo and Nonto. Good to have you here.
Hi.
It's good to be here. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, do you miss having me as your boss?
I do.
No.
Nonto said no.
No, you weren't a bad boss, but no.
Oh, there goes your new job.
I'm joking.
Bonolo.
I do.
Really?
I do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think now, yeah.
Okay.
With grown up Mpoomy and grown
yeah.
up Bonolo, I think so.
I think so too. We wrote about all of that. Shiga.
Yeah, I do. And you're not a bad boss.
No, you're not.
You just, you were a growing boss.
And you guys were like adolescents. Higher
We were in quite
We
a
were terrible
stage.
employees.
You were
Yeah.
terrible
We
employees.
were terrible employees.
Okay. We're going to start with some affirmations with Cappy. Bonolo, I'll start with you. Peace-filled. Could you share an affirmation that helps set a peaceful tone for your day and how it might influence your actions as a new homemaker?
I am blessed to have what I have.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so special.
Yeah, well, I am blessed to have what I have. It's what I have now is what other people are praying for.
Oh man. Did you say that before you even got your bed and your couch and
I said that when I was lying. You saw the pictures when I was using curtains, when I was using blankets as curtains, our mattress on the floor, and drinking bubbles out of coffee mugs.
There we go. Look at you now. Don't you? Great. I have
sorry.
to ask you one question.
Oh, it's not the same question.
No, and now you've already rehearsed.
Yeah, like I'm prepared for it.
Great filled. How do you cultivate a grateful attitude in your life? Are there moments that contribute to a positive outlook for you?
Okay. Firstly, I start every day with gratitude. Grateful for what I have, grateful for the people I have. And then the last part of your question, moments, né?
Yeah.
You guys, for example, like the people I have, my mom, the village, let me say, my village, yes, I'm very grateful for my village. It's very positive and it makes life so much easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fun.
especially as a brand new mom.
As a brand new mother.
As a brand new mom,
Wait.
I have all the support in the world.
The last time we had a conversation, you were not a mom.
No.
You were a mom of one
Yeah.
and not a wife.
No. Yeah.
So everyone is
We were
in
like a mess.
yeah. Your messy era.
We were in our messy era.
Look at you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And look at you, best-selling author.
Okay, I'm gonna hand over to you guys. You guys can take over from here.
Should I start?
Yes.
Okay, so our first question is from chapter 1,
Okay.
the elephant in the room. I'll start it light. If you and I were not siblings,
That's not light.
no, it's lies,
Okay.
I think. Would you be my friend?
Oh my. I had a conversation with Bonolo yesterday, and we were talking about how I don't think you and I were raised to develop friendships.
Okay.
We were raised to have each other as siblings.
Siblings, yes.
As a result, you never went out to play as a kid. When I did go out to play, I would get in trouble. And when we did ask to go for sleepovers and stuff, mom would be like, "Bakhona bantwana bakini," like you've got your sibling.
Yes, yes.
And so when we were talking about why cultivating friendships is so hard for us, or relationships is so hard for us, is because we always know that we've got our siblings. So
Yes.
friends come like it was almost like, why in Funabanga? Like, why
But
do you
your
have
lads, yeah.
So back to that question, would I be a friend? I think I'd be a friend now because we're learning to communicate. We're
Yes.
getting so good at communicating and understanding each other. But before, we're both avoiders. So the friendship would just
Hectic avoiders.
sweep.
So no.
No, yes. It's a yes. Yes now.
Okay.
Yes this year. No last year.
Last year and all the other years.
And all that. Yeah, but yes, definitely yes.
Yes now.
This year.
Okay,
Yes. A
okay.
big Big old yes.
Okay.
So if we were in high school, and I'm specific,
Okay.
high school or varsity together, would you be my friend? High school and varsity, you.
High school and varsity, me, no. Definitely not high school. I think you're a goody two shoes.
I think you're a goody two shoes.
I wasn't a goody two shoes in high school.
Neither was I.
I think you'd be like the pretty girl who thinks she's better.
I was so bad in high school.
Were you that girl?
I would have answered yes.
That we would be friends.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that in high school. I was goofy. Like
Ooh,
I was very goofy in high school and my friends were nerds and so you would be the pretty girl who like a goody two shoes. So no.
No.
Varsity, same, no.
No.
Oh.
But the thing is,
Okay.
because in high school and varsity, you don't take a time to get to know people. You
That's
just kind of
true.
judge. It's very surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the first time I met you at the gym, I was like, oh, I could be her friend.
Okay.
But I was an adult. Yeah, I liked you and you were nice. And we were both there at 5 a.m. and we were the only ones at the gym. It's like my kind of Okay.
Okay. Should I go?
You can
I'm gonna go. Okay. I tend to deal with the elephant in the room quite often.
Yeah.
Do you wish I didn't, and how does it make you feel?
I think I love that you do that. It's encouraged me to do that. It's uncomfortable. I don't enjoy it at all.
Yeah.
Like it's not fun. It's not fun. But I think if you didn't do that, we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay. So in your book,
Uh-huh.
you mentioned that I am weird or awkward. So how does my awkwardness
Yeah.
make you feel in difficult moments? For example, a few weeks ago you were crying, weeping. You were weeping and I literally just put one hand on your shoulder and the other on your thigh. How
Yeah.
does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like, I don't know, maybe I don't care enough?
Yeah.
Or are you at a place where you understand, it's okay, this person is like this? How does it make you feel?
I actually appreciate your way of comforting me. I think I appreciate it because you give me the space to feel. So whereas I think it can get overwhelming while you're weeping, because I'm a weeper and I want to finish my weep and I want to finish my cry. Like I don't want someone saying, Tula, no,
Yeah.
I'm full. I
You
don't want
cried.
to. No, I want to cry.
Yeah.
And so I think you give the space to
Okay.
to feel. You give me the space to feel my feelings, and that's why I probably cry a lot and weep a lot in front of you. And then I don't have to explain myself afterwards. Like you're
Yes.
not like waiting, it's so right or anything. It's wherever I want to go with the emotion. So no, I don't feel like you care. I think you're actually one of the most caring human beings. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
You have like a soft heart.
But always.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's why you like dogs and
I
cats.
love dogs.
What? It's
Animals.
She touches their teeth. Oh,
I know.
caring
We
towards
once
people.
thought she liked her animals more than she liked us.
At some point she did.
She did.
And Nka
Thank
saved
God
the
for
day.
God.
We thank God for Nka.
Yo, Nka saved the day.
Okay. How do you feel when addressing the elephant in the room, and which one was the hardest and the worst? Based on your book. Chapter 1, The Elephant in the Room. You said you feel uncomfortable. It can be an uncomfortable thing, especially with us.
Yeah.
But just in general, how do you feel addressing the elephant in the room, 1? And 2, which was the hardest elephant in the room to confront?
In my book. Or in life.
Do you want to do in life?
In the book.
In the book.
In the book.
Okay, let's hear
And then
Nanto's part.
I'll say 3. Has it become any easier for you to address the elephant in the room? In real time?
Okay, let me start with Nanto's.
In real time.
In real time, no. I will
Okay.
never address the elephant in the room in real time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's because I made an intentional decision a long time ago that I have a very sharp mouth. And if I have to address the elephant in the room in real time, it's like what you can never forget words, and I don't want to be the reason someone feels a certain way because I just couldn't handle myself. So that's why I take a moment. Sometimes a moment is a year.
Oh, yeah.
It should be a day or two.
Yeah.
So no, it hasn't gotten easier.
Okay.
Was yours a two-part question?
Yeah.
The second part I know was which one has been the hardest.
Yes.
And then the first part?
How does it make you feel addressing it?
How does it make me feel addressing? It feels like getting a wax.
I
On my
never
vagina.
get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Addressing the room feels like getting a wax on my vagina. And then, which one is the hardest to address? Whoa. Which one's the hardest to address? Nonto and I had a big fight last year.
Yeah.
A big,
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
a big fight.
Fights.
And and my mom got involved. Oof. And she called me something.
Me? Oh, yes, I did.
And which I will not mention.
Not.
And there was truth to it, and that's what made me angrier.
Ooh. Okay.
Because I felt like, one, you're an ungrateful little girl. Two, how dare you put the truth out there like that?
Yeah.
Three, this is not the time.
Okay.
Hey, the timing.
The timing was,
It was horrible.
yeah. And I think even prior to that, the build up to that, addressing that was extremely excruciating. It was so hard. And mom is very fair.
She is.
And when she didn't, Bonolo took my side. I think because
she was not fair this time
I
around.
think she was.
BBT.
No, Nonto.
BBT,
Listen,
Bonolo.
Bonolo Bahle.
there's no way.
Bonolo Batle. Huh? What's the other name? Chocofatso. What did she say?
She can't be serious.
Tea.
Tshogofadzô.
I did not know that is your
There's no way. Bahle Bonolo Tshogofadzô.
There's no. Firstly, I thought it's Bonolo Bahle
Amanda.
Just that.
when I saw. Okay, BBT.
yeah,
She took my side.
I did take your side.
You didn't take my side, but you.
I had
understood-
empathy.
You had
I had
empathy.
empathy for your side, but remember, I also understood
Her
her
side.
side.
Maybe I was just brutal in how I put it out there.
Yeah. But that was the hardest for me. But I think
Yeah.
it was life changing also.
Best thing that's ever happened to you guys. As
Right?
an outsider looking in, knowing both sides, thank goodness for that. And I 100% agree that that was probably the most uncomfortable elephant in the room that you will ever face. Because this is your best friend for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we stuck together.
You stuck together. Yeah.
That was it.
Not planned, but loved. In light of how your relationship was with me as a child, how do you now make sure that history doesn't repeat itself with your children? That Nuri doesn't feel like you,
Yeah.
whereas you felt like I took your place and everything. And Zani doesn't feel like me, where he's like, it's just me against the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
see.
How do you...
Firstly, when Nuri was getting a sibling, I made sure that she understands the changes that are about to happen. And because of community, I made sure when Zani was born, you were there, mom was there, Bree was there, Brendan's family were there. And so when Nuri wanted to play, there was someone to play. And in as much as no one can replace me, but she was never ever left without attention in those first moments. And she was introduced to her brother. We spoke about it. I built a relationship from the belly. Whereas with you, and maybe I don't remember, it's one day I'm the only child and the next thing, that.
Oh, it's a
There's this
surprise.
person
Yeah.
who's here,
Yeah.
who's just taken my space, you know? And I could be wrong, I don't know. But that's just kind of how I remember it. So that's the first thing. Secondly, it's hard because one, Zani's a mama's boy and Nuri's a daddy's girl. And so we need to make sure that we balance out the relationships. But I think there's a time I focus so much on ensuring that it's fair. So I was like to Brendan, you take Zani tonight, I take Nuri, and then swap. But at the time, Zani wanted me to read his book, Nuri wanted daddy. And I was so fixated on making it fair. And Brendan was like, just let it go, you know, just let it be. And I have, and I think we're doing okay. I am very attentive to them, and I can see when there's attention needing rising up, and I will take out the space to say, okay, Mama, what do you need? But it's not as easy. I have grace for parents, my parents. It's not as it's not easy. But I think we're doing the best we can. Conversation, and I give my kids the space to say if it's not fair or if they need what. You know, yeah, I know their cues now. Like I know when Zani's jumping too much, he needs attention. When Nuri's over talking, she needs attention.
Okay. Taking notes.
Yeah, listen. What similarities, traditions, even habits do you see yourself doing that you were raised doing and having?
Oh, good ones or just in general?
Just in general. It could be good, it could be bad. Like ones that you're like, oh, I need to watch that.
So, my mom and my grandmother now they've relaxed, were obsessed with a clean space to the detriment of fun, to the detriment of the family. Maybe detriment is strong. It's a bit of a strong word. And I think I can be that. However, having got over, I think relaxes me. What do you
Glad you
think?
said that.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Because my house is a hot mess. And
He opens everything.
he opens everything, and I'm okay with it. So that. Number two, let me see what else. Correcting everyone. Our mothers do that. They correct everyone, and I do it too, and I can't help it.
Yeah, me too.
It's so, especially the men in our lives. Do you do that? Oh no, but you said you're a gentle spirit now.
No, I'm praying for a quiet and gentle
quiet and gentle spirit.
But sometimes you need to just
Yeah. Men don't know what they're doing.
they don't know anything.
So yeah, that.
And something good and positive.
Something good and
Like a
positive.
tradition.
Those things are not necessarily bad.
They're not bad.
It's just, I've noticed. A tradition, I think it's beautiful that our kids wake up and they bath and they eat first thing in the morning. So you will never, ever find my kids in pajamas. You could come in my house at 8 o'clock. 98% of the time they are bathed and clean and they like it. It's part of who they are. They don't want to stay in pajamas. I think that's a beautiful thing. Christmas tradition, for the longest time, my grandmother hosted Christmas and the whole turkey and creamed spinach, yada, yada. Then my mom did it. And now it's been me for the last 3-4 years. And now we are about to move.
Soon it's going to be me.
Soon it's going to be.
I hope. We're going to chapter 17. My foot grew. Do you think you had the ideal support system that you needed during pregnancy, especially with your first one? And two, what do you think is the importance of having support? Yes.
Yes, I had the ideal support system. You cut Nuri's umbilical cord.
I did.
She did. She cut Nuri's umbilical cord. In fact, we were coming from Bat Blast and she was coming from Global Citizen. Mm-hmm. You had arrived home at what time?
I arrived home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I
we
picked
had
you up
to
at
leave
4:30.
At 4:30, yes.
Because we were coming from Bat Blast, so that she could be there because my mom had to go finish something. But even just during the pregnancy, I was very supported. I just think I could have relaxed more and taken it in more. In fact, this year and this season of my life, I've learned to receive support.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
And it
I
feels
love
so
it for
good.
you.
And I don't want to have to pay it back.
That's a big deal. Especially to not feel like you have to
Pay it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always felt like I have to do something in return. So I think I could have received better, but it definitely was there. How important is community? You are nothing without community. I think I would have been angas if I didn't have support, if I didn't have community. Number one. And by community, it doesn't have to be a lot of people. It's just like your people.
So that's one of my questions.
Okay.
If you could change the idea of help or support or community or village, what would you say to expectant moms? Because you guys are blessed.
Yeah.
You guys have each other. You have your mom who's super involved. But you guys know my my story, you know my relationship.
Yeah.
My idea of support looks different to you. So what would you say to someone like me, pregnant with Gabo, first baby, and doesn't have what you guys have, or exactly?
Yeah. I think look for safety. And the safety in that season doesn't have to be the safety for the rest of your life, or it doesn't have to be the safety you've had in a previously. When I was pregnant, I made a mom friend who I didn't even know. And I mean, obviously, this is the part you don't mention. I had a mom friend who were pregnant at the same time. I had Milena on YouTube, and I forgot the other girl on YouTube who was also pregnant at the same time. And I connected to the online mom friend, and I connected to the two on YouTube. And I could say what I was feeling without being brushed off by, oh, but you're blessed. You know, we were all in it together and it was my safe space. After we had our babies, we all continued with our lives. The relationships were never maintained. But if we see them again, it's like, oh, hey, so good to see you. Or if I see the content, I'm interested. But I think it's important with every season of your life in general, not even just motherhood, to find your safe space. And you're blessed if it's a consistent safe space from a different season. But if it's just for that season, we just need someone who could understand. I think it's that. And two, I actually wrote about community on my nuggets this Sunday, that sometimes you just have to create the community you desire. And I think that's why you created Mama and Co, because you know what you need, and you naturally attract people who need what you need, and you guys feed off each other. Does it mean you share your marriage stories there? Possibly not, but there's an area where you need that safety and vulnerability. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to answer because mom and sister relationship is very different. But I think for the most part, just finding safety in someone.
Yeah. And it looks different for
It
everyone.
looks different for everyone. Yeah, there's no point in like throwing your toys out.
My last question.
Okay.
As a
Gee,
as a mom of unplanned pregnancies,
phenomenal.
do you think there's a trauma in that, especially when it came to Rose?
Oh,
Rosie, my dear.
look at her.
Sorry. Okay.
Now everyone gets to see what I'm talking about.
Like it's such a
moment.
serious question, and
Sorry,
she's just like,
There's a huge trauma. I spent a year taking a pregnancy test
every week.
I think
Every
borderline
other
every
week.
week, every
Yeah.
other week. If I had a headache, I took a pregnancy test. If I had sex, I took a pregnancy test. And it's just so traumatic. It's so traumatic. And not necessarily, I think with Nuri and Zani, it was unplanned, but we were ready for it. We were ready for them. We were ready for them. But just thinking you have time, or you've planned your life a certain way, and boom, you have to be pregnant. For me, it was more the trauma of being pregnant and being in front of screen and looking a certain way and being self-conscious and feeling sick, not being able to work. I needed to work. I didn't have the luxury to just stop. And just my body, I felt like my body didn't belong to me. And before Rosie happened, which is my ectopic pregnancy, for those who don't know, haven't read the book, I was at a place where I felt like, oh, I'm starting to find me again, like my body's starting to belong to me again. But also emotionally, I just was not there yet. I just had a child, and it was just gut-wrenching. It was just, I felt so disappointed in my body. I felt disappointed in myself. It just hurt too much. And what hurt even more is that you're not allowed to say that. But I remember being brutally honest and saying, I just can't do it. So yeah, there's a trauma. There's a trauma.
You actually
and
said it before.
Yeah.
I don't just think you remember.
What did I say?
For a work thing.
Yeah.
The work thing that you had shot.
Yeah.
And it was a huge fight. Almost took it legal.
Yeah.
And you remember at your old place in North Riding.
Yeah.
And you cried about how people don't understand how you're trying to adjust to this new body.
Yeah.
And then a couple of months later, Rosie happened. Yeah.
So there it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot. And I think as women, we're just meant to take over. I read some, I think it takes 4 years. It's either 2 years or 4 years, 2 years to get back to find a new normal.
Yeah.
Because there's no getting back to yourself.
I'll put my last question in one. Speaking
Okay.
of Rose, do you ever think of Rose? Or was it something that was at the time accepted
Yeah.
and then let go of?
Yeah.
1. 2, if you could do it again, would you keep your children's age gap as it is? Or would you space them out a little bit more, giving the mind and body time to heal?
Ooh. I'll start with the second question. No, I would leave it exactly as it is.
Okay.
I think it's worth the sacrifice of my mind and body to see them growing up as best friends.
Okay.
And I think the mental capacity for them has developed, and I love how they are. I love how they are. I love their age gap. So no, I wouldn't change a single thing.
Okay.
I would encourage you if you
I
can
want to.
Okay. The first question, do I ever think of Rose? No.
Okay.
And I think I said maybe someday I'll feel the emotion. I know for Brendan it was quite an emotional, probably still is quite an emotional thing. But for me, I just, there's just such a disconnect of my body to that pregnancy. It's just a disconnect that I just have to be honest about.
Okay.
There's an Amy and Rose link.
Okay.
Do you think the loss of Rose made you mourn Amy correctly?
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I think. I don't know.
Okay,
That's my answer.
that's fine.
I have to think about it. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Nonto?
Oh, it's a fun one. If you could describe your pregnancies in 3 emojis, what would they be?
Oh, there's that red face with the words that the hashtag.
The angry face.
I think Brenda don't put it out. That's the first one. The second one, the eggplant.
Okay.
Damn.
And the third one, fire, the fire emoji. Okay, this one is from not Planned but Love. This one's for Nonto. It's what chapter is it?
2.
3. Almost there.
3.
Chapter 3.
Yeah.
What are your relationships with your siblings like?
Woo! I wrote,
Yeah.
that's one of the reflections I actually wrote in.
Why not?
Fine. My relationship with you has improved a lot because we communicate more openly now.
Yeah.
Yeah, our relationship, I'd say, is good.
Okay.
With my younger brother, it's great. We're like friends, but it's also quite surface level. Yeah, it's also quite surface level. We don't speak about the deep stuff. I confronted him about something for the first time, I think about a week ago. I
Yeah.
told you about it, and that's where it ended. After that, we were fine. Nobody said, I'm sorry. We didn't speak any further about it. It was just the next day I asked him, hey, is mom home?
And
then the
life moved on.
conversation, carried on.
Is that healthy?
Older siblings, brother T and I are great. We get along. And then our very first sister, my bonana, right? Yeah, we don't talk, but when we see each other, we're
It's
fine.
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to improve any, or are you happy with the way things are? You don't have to list, but would you like to improve them, or are you happy with the way things are?
I'd like to improve them because in that is improving myself. I'm at a place now where I have a lot of self-work to do. And every year I say, this year I'm going to therapy, and I'm doing it. I went to therapy once and with Aunt Gail, and I ran away.
Is that when I was there? Yeah.
I ran away because she touched a sore point,
Yeah.
and that's childhood.
Yeah.
So I ran away, and I haven't gone back since. But I'm going back.
Aunt Gail, please call Nonto. Okay, Bonolo, you're married now. Did your wedding match your expectations?
It did.
Okay.
It surpassed them.
Oh,
It did.
okay.
But the process, no. The process was ugly.
Yeah.
And would I do it again? No, I don't get why people get married a million times. I like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't do it again. I don't feel like, oh, I'm not a bride anymore. No, I wouldn't do it again, but it surpassed it. But could I have gone to Home Affairs? Yeah, like, yeah. It was beautiful. Could have worn nice jean, mapata.
As you guys are in your podcast, you guys, they don't take me seriously.
We did not wear at least the black ones that go in the toes. Like, it's an improvement.
I'll take it. This is fun. Let's toast.
That sound.
Thank you, Chess.
Clink, clink.
Nonto, you didn't reach me. In the eyes, it has to be.